That nigga Diddy was outside looking amazing for Halloween. You hear me?
He was scary.
Diddy was looking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I like Diddy outfit. Diddy look good. He played that role so amazingly well too. He played that
Yep.
role amazing.
Yeah. Y'all know he was a joker, right? I don't know if anybody knows, but he was a joker.
Mm.
He was good. I liked it.
Yeah, he looked really good. I was surprised that I didn't know Diddy had it in him. And then when he got in the beef with old boy, what's homie name from Power? What's homie name from Power?
Michael J. Ferguson. He plays 2-Bit.
Two Bit. Yeah. Was that
That's
real?
Courtney's boyfriend. That's Courtney's boyfriend,
Who?
or
What up,
husband.
Allison? What up, Jordan?
Hey, Shorty.
That was who boyfriend? What's happening, Shorty?
That's Courtney's boyfriend
Who's Courtney?
or husband. Courtney Kemp.
You lying.
I promise you on everything.
That's
You know
Courtney
I know
Kemp?
my listen. Yes, that's a boo. That's the
Wow.
man. Yes.
Wow. Wow. But anyway, Diddy looked really, really good. That was a real beef between him and
Yes.
him and him. But the way
Yeah.
Diddy
They
went in
hugged
and
it
out
out.
of character was like what Heath Ledger would have did.
Exactly.
That was the dope part to it. Let's start this shit, man. Let's get the wind beneath our feet and go out in the blaze of glory. Mike, 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 Mike. Welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway podcast. Per usual. Welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway podcast. Y'all know the vibe, man. Let me check the temperature in the room. Pool. Clear. Greetings and salutations to you all. Welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway podcast, where the situations matter more than the relationships. Perspectives will be respected by everybody. And if this is your first time tapping in, don't be easily threatened or angered, because much like everybody tapping in with us, every giant here first started off as a perfect stranger. We ask that everybody tap in and get in tune with what we doing on Live on Broadway podcast by way of Clubhouse, Live on Broadway podcast, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else podcasts are available. Tap in. Per usual, if this is your first time tapping in with Live on Broadway podcast, my name is Broadway the Giant, and I like to make people stand in front of the hard work. What's the hard work, you ask? I'm glad you did. You get what I'm saying? I like to make people stand in front of themselves and hold themselves accountable, including myself. You get me? Nobody, no giant, including myself, is no bigger, no taller than each other, because sometimes we start the pod off believing in this and saying this, and I like to sometimes... every pod, I actually learn something, but sometimes I actually walk some things back, because by way of standing on you guys' shoulders, I see something, learn something, hear something I never heard before. So tap in with us, Live on Broadway podcast. We do the podcast every Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. ish, and we tap in. I'm joined. The dope thing about this podcast is I'm joined by Clubhouse, Instagram, YouTube commentary, Facebook, whatever's your platform of preference, we are on it. So tap in with us, get in tune with what we doing, Live on Broadway podcast. Now that protocol's been established, greetings and salutations. Allison, what up though, queen?
Happy Halloweeny from LOBP's Playboy Bunny.
Hey, I see you got that bunny up there. We was working at the bunny ranch?
Well, yeah, a little something at the pink.
I know that's all the way right, girl.
I know that's right, girl.
What's happening, Big Quay? I'm joined by, I also have Instagram up here with me. Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to the Instagram viewership. Shout out to Big Lolo, not the little one, Callie tapping in. Shout out to Trey. I see the commentary on YouTube. Shout out to Terica. You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes. You know all of the vibes. What up, though? Queen Trills. Big trills, not the little one. Tap in with me. How you feel, Queen?
I feel hungry, but I still feel good. I'm doing this new thing where I care, and it's not so bad.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank
And why,
you.
why are you hungry if you don't what's happening over there?
I'm trying to fast. I keep hearing about it, so I don't know why y'all have recommended this to me, but we're trying it.
Not the fast. Not the
Don't do it.
fast.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Hey Tipsy, that's her name, Tipsy. Hey Tipsy.
Hey, it's Tippy, but it's
Tippy.
okay. People call me Tipsy when I'm on that vibe, but
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, listen, I tell you this much, Tippy. I hope you go get a glass or something because I definitely listen. I'm starting early. I got mimosas in my glass, and I'm rolling with you guys. So you not alone. They say it's only borderline alcoholism if you drinking by yourself. So shout out to you, Tippy. Appreciate you being up here tonight with us. Paris, what's happening with you? Not London, not Manchester, but you, Paris. What's happening with you, Queen?
hey, happy Halloween, everybody. I'm chilling. How are you guys?
Blessed and highly favored. You know?
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Shorty, man. You listen, Shorty, we ain't got no shorties on LOBP, man. Only tall giants, man. What's happening? His name might be Shorty, but he exudes the energy of a giant. Don't say I ain't tell you so. Shorty, what's happening with you, man?
You know we vibing. What the frick is popping?
Wake it up,
You know
wake
we
it
always
up.
vibing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys that's tapping in. I'm just off of the plane. I don't have shit written down. I don't have nothing written down today, but I knew that I wanted to come in here and bust it up with the Giants because I miss you guys. Whenever I'm too far away from you all, I feel like my life, like when you leave your kids, so I hear you leave your kids too far along. I'm not saying you guys are my children, but when you leave, it's almost like you miss the family. So I'm here and I'm here for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for you guys and I miss you guys. So I said, let me pull up with you guys and pour up a cup of talk. Today's commentary, we're going to have a conversation about 4 flags that all men notice in women. It's going to be good. We got 4, but I might just add a last one in there. You know what I mean? If you stick around through the end. I definitely got one. So I'm going to play this video. We're going to talk about it. You get what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it, and we're going to have a conversation, and we're going to link our commentary to it. We're going to go point by point, red flag by red flag, because I want to see how you ladies respond to it. And you guys that's watching on YouTube, shout out to Lolo, shout out to everybody that's in their living room, might be holding their hand to their phone right now, getting through the Metro, the MTA, the MARTA system. You get what I'm saying? So I'm talking to you. I want to know how you guys feel about this way down in the comments. Tap in with us. Live on Broadway podcast. Let's get it popping.
All right, ladies, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but here are 4 major red flags that all men notice in women. Let's go. Number 1, non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to come off desperate, but no man wants to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return. Number 2, unrealistic financial expectations. Somewhere in the modern dating market, we have communicated.
Let me rewind that for a little
All right,
bit.
ladies, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but here are 4 major red flags that all men notice in women. Let's go. Number 1, non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to come off desperate, but no man wants to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return. Number 2, unrealistic.
Whoa. Number one. Non-reciprocated, non-reciprocal energy. Non-reciprocal energy. Let me just put it out there and tell you guys up front. We don't like or rather, it's a red flag on the play when ladies don't reciprocate. Right, I see and know a lot of ladies like to identify themselves as the prize, and to some extent, absolutely. But the conflict of interest is only when you guys believe you guys are the prize and you guys lead with that. And there's nothing wrong with leading with that, but you abandon and forget that you're also trying to keep his attention, because otherwise, why are you there? You get what I'm saying? So my question to you ladies are, do you agree or disagree with the non-reciprocal energy? Tap in with us.
Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I definitely agree. If you are needy, just say that. You know what I mean? If your woman is not reciprocating the energy because you like, you know, her head so far up your ass,
The fuck?
just say that.
What? What's happening right now? wait.
Allison.
All right, go ahead, Allison.
That might be the hunger speaking. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Um, the non-reciprocal energy, I actually agree with that.
Mm.
A lot of times women, they have this habit, and this is what they were taught, right? They're still reading from that book, that
That
relationship book
manual.
from,
Yeah.
yes, the manual a long time ago, where if a man gives you your gives you your number, you wait like 3 days before you call him.
Mm.
He's calling you and calling you and calling you, and you're not answering, but you're sitting right there. Or he asks you out on a date and you say, "Oh, I'm washing my hair." When you're already ready, it's
Mm.
okay to say yes. I mean, you're not going to call him when you're leaving the parking lot, but call him when you get home. Show that you are interested too. That is reciprocal energy. Non-reciprocal energy just gets you ghosted.
Wow. Non-reciprocal energy just gets you ghosted. Wake that up. Tap in with me, Paris. Do you believe in reciprocating the energy that the man that you're interested in or pursuing? Are you interested in giving that same energy back, or do you just expect for it to be given to you?
I'm definitely reciprocating. I definitely feel like it's not something that you shouldn't do, because you got to let that man know you're just as interested in him as he is into you. So that's my take on it.
Oh man, thank you. We also joined by my guy, the collectors. What up, though, beloved? How you feel, King?
What's up, Ken? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, just want to make sure. What's the deal?
What's
I
happening?
definitely like the topic.
Yeah, man. I figured.
Everything good?
Yeah, man.
Everything peace, man. I got to tap in with you guys. You know, I like to rock with you guys.
Definitely. How you feel, King? Do you feel like are you into having the woman that you checking for reciprocate the energy that you giving, or more importantly, if she doesn't, is that a red flag to you?
Hell yeah, that's a major red flag. We the cat, baby. We for each other. I'm not the cat. You not the cat. We the cat, sweetheart. You got to act like it, way.
Right.
I mean, I'm feeling you. You feeling me? You ain't starting none of that shit. Like, too much fake shit going on out there. Get back to the real, you know what I'm saying? Put your shit out there. If it's unappreciated, you take it back, save it for later.
That's a fact.
But we definitely not dealing with the reciprocated energy. That's emphatically non-cypher.
Emphatically. I don't know. We got Dupreme. Somebody bring Dupreme up, please. We got the Giants down bottom. Please bring them up. My thing is this, right? Like, where did that come from, right? Because somehow, some way, right now we're talking about, just if you pulling up, you tapping in 4 red flags that all men notice in women. And this isn't an attack. It's not an ambush. It's certainly not a hit. We're just learning. And I want to know if you ladies stand by some of these things that I'm playing. Do you guys notice that in other women? Do you feel like women would be better off do you feel like women would be better off reciprocating the same energy that men are matching? You know, and again, it don't got to be identical, but y'all know it got to be reciprocal. I say it all the time. You know what I mean? So tap in with us. We got Dupreme, we got Shanique, we got Nikki. We got Nikki up here. Shanique. I'm sorry. Thank you, Shanique. I'm sorry. I don't want to kill nobody's name. Dupreme, how you feel, King? We're gonna get it from Shorty as well. When you're checking for a young lady, do you like to look for? Are you in the hopes that she's reciprocating your same energy, or are you? Because some men are always like, you know what? I don't need that. I'm cool off that. I just want to do for you. Are you that type of man, Dupree?
Nah, not. I'm the type of person, like, especially these days and at this stage of my life. Yeah, I got to filter and process, and a large part of it means that, like, how far can we move around out here in the world?
Mm,
You know, is this the person I just got to be on some chill shit, like
mm,
or can I bring her around my social setting? You know, can I bring her to the company picnic? You know, is she loud?
mm.
Things of that nature. If a person is loud, that's the biggest, like, right there. If you loud, yeah, that might be all four flag violation right there. So I just try to see, and I try to see how she conducts herself and how she treats people around her. So I do have some of those red flags. If any of those things spark up, if she's loud, that's a red flag. If she's selfish, that's a red flag. If a whole conversation is about, like, just what she got going on, that's a red flag. So yeah, I do. Yeah,
Sincere,
I'm bored.
sincere. Pull up on Instagram. Sincere. I ain't mad at you though, Dupree. I ain't mad at that because you like. It's a lot of ways of accumulating these red flags, but I'm gonna play 4. I added my own as the last one, the 5th one is my own as a red flag. But I'm very interested to hear, and I hope you guys stick here with us because we're playing 4 red flags that all men notice. You get what I'm saying? Tap in with us, Live on Broadway podcast. Who we got? Let me PTR. Who's next?
It's me,
Who's me? Hello?
just me, Jay London. How are you?
Hey, Jay London, tap in with us. What I'm gonna play the clip again because I doubt that you heard it. I doubt that you heard it. So I'm gonna play the clip again so you can.
Why do you sound overexcited though?
Excuse me.
Why are you so hyped up?
I'm doing the podcast, Queen. I don't know if you're familiar with this space or not.
Yeah.
All right, so just read the room for a second. I'm gonna play the clip again for the new people and just
I
mute up for me. Thank you. Live on Broadway podcast. Check it out. I'm gonna play clip. I'm gonna play the first flag.
All right, ladies, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but here are 4 major red flags that all men notice in women. Let's go. Number 1, non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to come off desperate, but no man wants to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return.
Wake it up. Wake it up. Let me PTR real quick so I can see who we got. Shorty, tap in with me. Did I get Shorty already or am I going to Angel?
You're going to Angel.
Angel, what's up, Queen?
Hey,
How you
what's
feel?
up? How I feel about the red flag?
Yes.
I mean, I so I agree. I think that that is a red flag. That's something that you could notice, attention, right?
Mm,
Or how much attention you are paying to someone.
yeah.
Um, and I think it's a fine line between, like, seeming, what you say, thirsty or desperate. Um, but I'm not following how this ties with men. I don't know. It's maybe it's over my head. Give me a second, but.
So here's the thing, right? It's the 4 red flags that all men notice in women. Let's just be clear here, right? I'm playing 4 red flags that all men notice in women. So take from that what you will, and let's move on. Paris, tap in with us. Do you agree? Do you feel as though you like to reciprocate the energy that a man is meeting, or are you just on the receiving end to it? Paris, are you by your mic?
Well, can I respond to that
Sure.
that question? Um, I think I have an issue with energy matching.
Mm.
And because I feel like that, like, then you start delving into performative behavior. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I want to be me, at all times. And if you can't, because like how they say you show up with a representative. Sometimes in relationships, like I just want to be me, and I feel like that's kind of like making me feel like I have to perform, if that makes sense to you. Because yeah, I'm not with that. I think energy matching, yeah. Um, but I think that the scarier part, not scary, but the part I'm concerned about is it becoming performative. I park.
Okay, so let me give a little bit. Let me give a little bit there because I understand what you're saying as a whole, right? If that's not if that's not true, then you get stuck in the space of having to do something that's not you, right? But my thing is, and I think more importantly is again, there's some women, not all, there's some women that believe I'm just here to receive. That's all I'm here for. I'm here to receive and see how you're gonna make my life better, right? And to those women, I think men, we recognize that to be a red flag, and probably why your missus can't get right? Probably why no one has actually rose the, and I'm not gonna say no one as in absolutely zero, but very few and far in between. You slim your chances down when you actually try to, you only want to be here to receive one thing. So that's what I think it's in regards to. But I definitely agree with what you're saying as a whole, Angel. I mean, excuse me, not as a whole, in part because who wants to start something that they can't finish? But I'm gonna go to Shanique. Shanique, tap in with us. Is that a red flag? Do you identify not? Do you like to reciprocate the energy that your man is providing you with, or somebody you're checking for?
For me, I think that is a problem, but I believe you stay true to yourself and the energy that you give out. And if you really care for that person, you show that energy. If they don't reciprocate it, then that's not the person for you. Another thing I've noticed in dating, sometimes when my energy, because I'm really full of love, and I guess because I live in Venus, that sometimes is too much for some people, and you just got to respect that too, right? I've had guys say, man, you give so much affection because they're not used to that. So I think it's better to stay true to yourself so that you can weed out what works for you and what doesn't. And that goes for the man too, right? If he doesn't like all that affection, then you're just not that person, or that if he's not feeling that energy, then
Wake
that's
it
just
up.
not, that's it.
I like
Simple.
that. I like that. I like that. That's fair. That's fair. All right. So I see you, Shorty. I see you. I'm gonna come to you, beloved. So I'm gonna play the second thing because I want to know what you guys agree with in these red flags versus what you disagree with. More importantly, I want to know if the guys identify these things as being red flags too, because this commentary is provided by way of a woman. You get what I'm saying? So I think that it's important to tap in and check it out. Live on Broadway podcast. Number 2.
Not giving them the same kind of energy in return. Number 2, unrealistic financial expectations. Somewhere in the modern dating market, we have communicated to women that it is totally acceptable to expect a man to pay for their hair or their nails for a first date, or to even go as far as to ask a man they barely even know to help them with their bills. Feeling entitled to lavish treatment or financial assistance from a man that you barely even know that's still trying to get to know you is an extremely unrealistic expectation. And social media has done a really bad job of making modern women think that that behavior is normal. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who's financially solid, but no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM. Number 3, immaturity and...
How was that?
I don't like her.
Me neither.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't.
Why? But why doesn't she
I
like
didn't hear
her?
nothing, bro.
I knew Trillia was gonna get triggered. I love you, girl.
So
Ask
let
her
me.
why, Broadway.
Yeah.
We want to know why she doesn't like her.
You heard the question. You heard what he asked you, Trillion and Angel.
I think I have him blocked, whoever that's speaking.
Yeah, but we ain't asked you that. We asked you, why don't you like her?
Honestly, because women who talk like that be having sugar daddies anyway. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't trust that.
listen.
That sound like a hater then.
Yeah,
That sound like a hater then.
listen. We ain't talking. We talking about.
Yeah.
You said you
That's
don't like.
not a
Hold
hater.
on.
I
Hold
love
on.
that. First of all, I love that for her having a sugar daddy. But
No,
if you have a sugar daddy,
wait.
why
Yeah,
Time
let's
out.
not get off topic.
Time out. Wait, everybody
she's
mute up.
disagreeing with
Hold
it.
on, everybody mute up. I'm saying you gave her a sugar daddy. Nobody says she has a sugar daddy. You just gave her a whole sugar daddy. We didn't say. Hold on. We didn't say she. Nobody knows if she has a sugar daddy. So that we can't create a false narrative on something that we don't know. You said you don't like women like her, and I'm asking you, why don't you like women like her?
Because women like that are cap and they low key have these sugar daddies and men who trick on them, and I love that for her.
I don't know. That sound nutsy to me. That don't make that the math ain't mathing on that one. Supreme, I'm coming to you first, beloved, before I throw it to Clubhouse. How you feel about that? The second one is what she said the second one was? Just give me one second.
The financials, about the finances.
Yes.
I think that's true. And I think that's because it has been implemented, and it has been implemented in them, from their mothers to social network to TV to music. Because I'm 40 years old. A lot of dudes nowadays are like 20 years old. Mm-hmm. They ain't never been taken shopping by a female. I'm talking about like really shopping. Like I was in high school, girls used to take me shopping.
Wake it up.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been taken out on dates by women, not on no punk shit on some, she feeling sorry for me on some like, yo, what's up, what you doing? Oh, nah, we going out, boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But nowadays it has been like totally turned around, and I think that's really being geared towards the black and the brown. I don't think that's geared towards no other culture or no other religion that the man should be paying it all. It's geared towards the black and the brown. That's not geared towards any other cultures out here. But that's my as me personally,
yeah.
You get the fuck on. I'ma get to this shit. This pocket gonna stay full. This car gonna stay new every 3 years until I buy one to keep. I'ma keep switching up them shits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'ma do my business thing. I'ma do my work thing. But I'm not gonna be paying for nobody's presence or attention. You know what I'm saying? If I can't afford you off my character, you ain't worth, you know what I'm saying, what I got to offer.
Wake it up.
And everything comes with that after. After that, I have no problem, doing what I do, and the other parties have no problem doing what they do too.
Hey, listen, so here's the thing, right? We're having a conversation about the 4 red flags that all men notice in women. Right now we're up to the financial side to it, right? Financial. I think on the side to it where I think there's a certain amount of entitlement there though. When a woman is asking for this or she's asking for that or she's expecting this or expecting that, I think there's a certain level of entitlement that's placed there off top. And there shouldn't be any entitlement there if I'm dating you because.
But let's call it what it is, right?
It's
vagina negotiation. It's not entitlement. It's vagina negotiation. Because if you cut the check, you get the vagina. You get the vagina if you cut the check. You could dip out the back door. She might be mad, but she already posted the pictures on Roof Chris. You know what I'm saying? She already got her bag. So for $1,200, if you want to hit it for $1,200, you can take these girls' souls out here. It's cheap.
Wake it up! Let's go!
And she's gonna go on to the next man, misled, doing the same thing. And she's going to end up with a body count and a whole bunch of materialistic things.
Versus real love.
It's vagina negotiation at this point.
Trills, you said something. Tap in, Quinn. I'm just saying, hey, listen, I ain't going to hold you. I think You know what? Let me reserve my point of views until the end. Tap in with us. Where we at? Paris? You here, Paris? Hello, knock knock. Paris, who's there?
Hey, what's up?
Paris, what's up with you? And Lolo, Tarek, everybody that's checking us out on YouTube right now, hit that like button. I need everybody in here to scroll to the top and hit that like button. Hit that like button. Show your social currency. Hit that like button. If you tapping in with us and you liking what we doing, make sure you support the platform. Support the platform. Send a super chat. And please also drop them cash apps. Please and thank you in advance. Support the platform. Tap in with me, Paris.
Yeah, I know that this is a thing, but like for me personally, I have no expectations. I feel like if I stay ready, I don't have to get ready. I don't have to ask a man to help me get ready. So it's not a factor for me. So
Wake it
I
up.
don't think that a lot of us are like this. I would hope not. At least in my family, we're not like that. So I hope that that's not really a thing. I hope it's just for clout. I don't know.
So Queen, how you say her name? Elena. I don't know how to say her name. She said unless it's something that's agreed upon, then it shouldn't be expected in the initial stages. I agree with her. I agree with her on Instagram. I totally agree with that. I agree with that. Tap in with me. Where we at? Shanique, how you feel? Number 2.
I'm gonna breathe first.
Yes, girl. Take a deep breath. Where's my asthma pump?
What you? How you know she gonna agree with you? She said something in the chat.
I'm just gonna breathe 1st, and then I'm gonna say this.
Oh, okay? Shit. Where's the mute button? Somebody get ready to mute her because she sound like she. No, go for it, Quay.
No, I just think each individual that you date is going to be a different experience. Some people, your first date is going to be, maybe it's going to be a coffee date, right? And that's fine. But then there's some people, the connection is there. And I've had a man spend a nice chunk of change and then already planned a future date before our first date. And then bought us a couple's massage. And this is all on the first date. So he spent a lot of money, and I am not materialistic at all. But look, if someone wants to shower me with affection because they appreciate the woman I am, who am I to deny him?
What?
And I've also treated a man on a date to show gratitude. So for me, it depends on the individual and the connection. It might be, a coffee date or a park date, or it might be something that's elaborate as I just stated. And it was a wonderful time had by all. And I closed my mic.
All right, cool. So now that I could get in, right, real quick. I'm jacking it, right? I hear what you're saying, but that's predicated on how much he likes you, right? That's what that is. Not all men like all women equally, right? Or maybe he likes you, but he's trying to see who you are first. Not to say that he can't blow the bag on you. And I think that you cut your nose off, not all, but some women cut their nose off to spite their face if it doesn't happen too fast. Women cut their nose off to spite their face because homie could be willing to give you and run it up with you and spin this on you and take care of you and put you in a situation. But because it's not happening on your time or when you want it to happen, you're looking at him to be a F-boy. How crazy are you? How crazy is that? So tap in with me how you guys feel. Jay, I yield my mic to you, Queen. Are you there, Jay? Okay, we'll go to Shorty. Shorty, how you feel on the finances side, beloved? Do you feel as though when you're dating a woman that you should be excuse me, I'm gonna ask you the same question. I'm gonna ask you one question in two different ways. The first question is when you're dating a woman, if she has expectations or is asking for you or are asking of you for things, do you view that as a red flag? And the second question is, are you okay with Well, answer that question first, because I'm sure I'm gonna have. I'll reiterate it in another way. Tap in with me, Jay. Shorty.
So appreciate, bro. We always love supporting your space, man. You do a great job. You're a great moderator and all. But a woman talked to me about finance, and I'm already looking at her with the side eye. I'm gonna be honest. I'm already feeling some type of way because now you predicating what transpired after because of the money or the finance. I tell them in advance. Listen, I only make 15K a year, and I'm a Pookie and Ray Ray. So if you fucking with me, sorry, excuse me. If you messing with me, just keep it a band, and you messing with me because of me, not for what the money I bring to the table and all that. So you talking money, and I'm already look at you with the eye of the rock. I'm gonna look at you like the rock.
How you do that? How you do that thing with his eyes?
Shorty, I have a question right there.
Don't feel triggered, Jay. Hold on. Stay on mute. Don't feel triggered.
Jay, you gonna ask the
Well,
question?
what's the
Oh
second
yeah.
question, Broadway?
All right, hold on,
That's
Jay. All
not the
right.
second question. The first question is like, do you really have women asking you about your finances?
They know better because I let them know I only make 15K
That's
a year,
even
so
a
they don't even answer
question.
me.
That's even a question when you meet the right king.
Wait.
Ask the ladies that are.
I got
I'm
you.
just
I got it. I
asking.
got it. I got it. I got it. Don't worry, Shorty. I got it. Jay, let me ask you a question. When you dating them, are you in a relationship, Jay?
Most definitely.
Okay, so you in a relationship. All right, round of applause for being in a relationship. How long have you been in said relationship?
3 years.
All right, cool. Now, do you view when you met your king or when you met your partner, did you look at it as though you wanted him to rise to a certain occasion off top, meaning
No,
financially?
no, no, no,
All
no,
right, cool.
no.
So did you reciprocate his energy and rise to the occasion of whatever it is he was doing for you?
He didn't have to do anything for me.
I'm not asking you what he had to do. I'm asking you whatever he did do. Did you rise to
All
that
he did
occasion?
was just smile.
What?
All he did was just smile.
Huh? What do we have? So,
Can we get more details, please?
thank you. Hello, Jay. We talking to
At
you.
less dust.
Yeah, I'm just saying, all he had to do was just smile the first moment I met him.
That's it.
I guess she's saying it's genuine.
That's it. That's it. And then after, that's what you really have to ask me. That's after the first moment, what did I ask him? What kind of questions?
How did he bag you, Jay? Let's get to it. What's happening right now?
No, he didn't ever ever have to beg me. Let me give you my story. So we
Take your
met
time,
at
but
the
hurry up. Let's go.
No, we don't have to take our time and we don't have to hurry up. It's very simple. So we met at the Afrobeat concert in Frankfurt. I am from Frankfurt, Germany. Anyways, he's not from that city. He's not even from the country. Okay. So he saw me before I saw him. Okay. What a big deal. And then again, he was sitting outside. I felt comfortable with him because I went out to go smoke cigarettes. My bad. And then I saw him and I was like thinking like, wow, that's a beautiful black man. So I sat down. Mind you, it was an Afrobeat concert. I've been to London a lot of times. I knew what I wanted. I don't even have to claim the country, okay? Or the continent, whatever. So I just asked him 2 questions. Where are you from? Of course, I know the answer already. What is your tribe? That's the second question I have because I already know what I want for my future. And then I said to him, the third thing I said to him, and that was, mind you, that was the only time in my life I spoke out whatever I wanted. Now, the question is, have you ever read The Secret? If you haven't, I'm sorry for you. I only said to him, the only thing that I'm looking for is a husband. He said, that's good because I'm only looking for a wife. The rest is history.
Is that your notebook in there? You asked him, huh? Okay, all right. Y'all jump
That's
in there.
it. That's
Y'all
it. That's
jump
the
in there. Okay,
reality.
I'm not. Hey, listen, Giants. Y'all jump in there. Y'all got any questions for her? Go for it. Nobody got
No,
no.
they should learn.
All right,
They
go.
should learn. They should learn. A lot of women,
They
a
know
percentage of
all.
women should
He
learn from
knows
Jay.
all my drama,
A
everything.
percent. Hold on, Jay. Hold on, beautiful. Hold on. A percentage of women should learn from that experience from Jay. That's all I'm saying.
So no, I'm gonna say that it would not work for me personally.
Mm.
I believe, in my opinion, that me asking, and granted, I don't ask anybody to buy anything for me because I'm a whole entity aside from my partner.
And
But
that's where you're wrong right
I'm
there.
not finished.
Because
I'm not
I did
finished.
not
But
ask
I'm
him
not
to buy
finished. I'm not
anything.
finished. I'm not finished, and I'm not addressing you. I'm talking about me.
Okay.
Is that
Wake
all
that
right?
up,
Definitely.
Good.
Jay.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So,
Allison.
like I was saying, and this is why you don't cut people off because it kills your thought. But what I'm saying
You were
is
saying that you a
that
whole entity that you
yes,
don't.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Boy. So it is, talking about the finances and what a person expects from your partner, it kind of is indicative of the quote unquote protect and provide aspects, because if you're going to be able to be with someone, then there should be a level of financial responsibility. I'm not saying that on the first date, but
Mm.
through the course of the relationship and developing and bonding, then you can see how far that person will go and if this person is matched with you. So if you need something financially from your partner who is sleeping with you, then you should definitely be able to call him up. If you can't call anybody in the middle of the night and ask them for money, then you shouldn't be sleeping with them.
So, Broadway the Giant, I guess I just looked up your profile picture. Let
Don't
me tell you
easy
something.
on Broadway. Easy on Broadway, Jay. But go
All
ahead.
right. You know what's the most important thing for a man? You better fill up your fridge,
Girl,
right?
bye. What the fuck?
Let me wait. Can I say something? Can I
Definitely.
say
That's
something right quick?
the
Go
Can
for
I
it.
say something right quick?
basically
Go. Go.
basically the same thing you do for
I'm
your
finished.
moms, you do for your aunties, you do all the same thing for your wife, for your
Why?
future wife. And we still are back to the old school thing that a man knows. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, within the first probably 10 minutes, or
That's a
some people
lie.
say
That's a
30
lie. That's a
seconds.
lie. That's a
No, it's
lie.
not a lie.
That's a
No,
lie.
it's not.
That's a
No,
lie.
it's not.
I hate to tell you
No, it's
women
not.
this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just debunk something. I'm giving it to you right now, collectors. I hate women. That's a lie. That's a lie. Men tell women that to make them feel better. That's a lie. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't care if you want to accept it or not. Men tell you ladies that because they want you to feel a certain amount of special. That's a lie. It's a
Wake it
lie.
up.
It takes men 5 minutes to know. No, it doesn't. The fuck? Niggas been lying to women, and women out, guess what? The worst part to it is you guys are okay with believing the fucking lie. And that's what has women set back. In my humble opinion, that's what has women set back. You guys, just think about that. How in the world could a man know that he wants to be with you for the rest of his life in 5 minutes? Oh, I'm sorry, 10 minutes. Just, come on, ladies. Just think a little bit past go. It's a lie. He's lying to you. But you okay with believing the lie, so you tell yourself, yeah, girl, my man knew, whoop-de-woo, he knew, and. No, it's a lie.
He knew he wanted to sleep with you, but he didn't know if
Probably.
he wanted to be with you forever.
Yeah, maybe. I agree with that. But tap in with me, collectors. I know you got something to say, King. Everybody hit that like button, hit that like button. I'm sorry if I'm not saying anything that favors or panders to you, but support the platform so I can continue telling you guys what you don't want to hear. Student Super Chat. Tap in with me, collectors.
I just wanted to tap in and say, because I'm going back to the topic, because
Yes,
we
sir.
kind of strayed.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes, sir.
got to
Yes, sir.
speaking about inside of a relationship. That's not where we came from. We came from red flags. You see red flags from the gate.
Thank you. Yes.
To be on topic about the financial thing, a lot of people out here, and I say this for men and women, but since we're speaking about women, I'm directing this in the female area.
Mm-hmm.
because I just kind of reevaluated what I needed after my last relationship didn't work.
I like it. You
I
didn't
don't need
just jump. You
financials.
didn't just jump back into it. You took the time out to
Right,
actually do
I
the
know what I
homework.
need now in life, like what I'm looking for. Like if a female like, oh, what you need? You know what I'm saying? I need help.
Wake it up.
I got things going on. I need help with them.
Acts of service.
Then she can kick it. Then she can kick it with me about what she needs. Now, what's going on with a lot of these? And when I say I need help, I'm talking about like I run a company. Need help with that. Now, actually, you don't have to do anything with the company. You just have to be helpful if I need it. I don't need to be in a relationship with a woman that I can't call that and say, yo, I got a package I need picked up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I can't make it. I got you. I'm going to go pick that package up. That's what I'm talking about.
Wake it up.
That's the kind of things I need because I have things going on. I have things going on with me. That's the first on my list that are priorities. You know what I'm saying? I have 2 children. So I need support in that area. I don't need you to parent them. I need you to support me on being a father. Right. I need you to help me on being a father.
Right.
But this is what goes on out here with these females and this financial thing. Let me get back to it because I'm sure everybody think I strayed. A lot of these females don't want the things they asking men for. They need them. They don't want them away. They need them.
Wake it up then.
She didn't want to sit out there with him, but she needed somewhere to go and get something to eat at. She didn't want to sleep with him, but she needed an outlet to easily get that bag, those shoes, or go on that vacation instead of her doing it herself or finding another way. And it goes both ways. But since we're on the females, a lot of these females, they need the things that they're asking these dudes for, but that's not how you get them. You get these things by getting them yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because any dude that sees a shorty get into a bad thing, scared to go in his pocket. He ain't scared to go in his pocket. If I know a shorty got bread, you think I'm even interested in her paying for the first date? I know she got bread. Right. I'm thinking about if we going on vacations in the future.
Wake it up.
Because I don't need the first date. I want the future.
Woo!
A lot of these people.
No. Wait, hold on. Wait, you hot, you spicy, you cooking. You say I don't need the first date. I need the Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Yeah, take a smoke break. Please take a smoke break.
Yeah, a lot of them they need these things. They don't want these things, and they're going about getting them the wrong way. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way they being taught and they being shown. That it's okay to go about it that way instead of going about it another way.
But see, in this waking up, what Tracy wrote on Instagram, I mean on YouTube, she said there's a lot of social media of spoiling women. There's a lot of social media of spoiling women, rappers and shit, showing them buying bags, cars for women under a year. So she's blaming it on social media. So because that's what they see on social media, they end up wanting to have that same thing in their life. And it's not real. Social media is not real, right? We do know that, right? But I'm a yield. What up, Fabian? What's happening, Maisha? What's happening, Ron and Just? What's up, man? How you doing? What's going on, guys? Do you guys have commentary to lend? Because we're playing the 4 red flags men notice in women. We're up to 2. We have 3, 4, and then I'm gonna add the last one, which is 5. Do you guys have any commentary to lend to number 2? Are you guys aware of what number 2 is?
Could you repeat number 2 for me? Just so that way I know.
Better yet, I'm gonna play number 1. I'm gonna play number 2. Okay? So you guys could give commentary to that. Tap in with us. Live on Broadway podcast.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but here are 4 major red flags that all men notice in women. Let's go. Number 1, non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to come off desperate, but no man wants to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return. Number 2, unrealistic financial expectations. Somewhere in the modern dating market, we have communicated to women that it is totally acceptable to expect a man to pay for their hair or their nails for a first date, or to even go as far as to ask a man they barely even know to help them with their bills. Feeling entitled to lavish treatment or financial assistance from a man that you barely even know that's still trying to get to know you is an extremely unrealistic expectation. And social media has done a really bad job of making modern women think that that behavior is normal. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who's financially solid, but no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM. Number 3.
Before we get to number three,
fair enough.
tap in with me, Fabian.
Yeah. Okay. First things first. Number one, the first thing that she addressed about non-reciprocal energy. There's a different. Let's make the delineation between not returning the same energy to the to the person and the aspect of the chase, right? Like even men know, even when we know when it's a bit too easy, right? And we don't appreciate it as much. I think there's a big difference between the two, right? And I largely feel like if you're not giving the same sort of effort and energy that one party is pushing, then simply that person, you got to stay away from them, right? And I say that to men as they go after women, and I say that to women if they go after men. If it's not there and the person's not giving you the same sort of kindness, love, affection, anything, then you need to just move on from them, right? It's a lost cause. Don't even waste your time. But number 2, simply just to address the aspect of red flags as it pertains to men about the financial part. It'll be better if I tell just a short story, and if you could just time me just for like a minute, that'd be great.
Go for it.
When my father met my father was stationed in Germany. My mother was stationed at Ramstein in Germany, so because they were Army and Air Force. My mom was largely very self-sufficient and very kind of like in her independent streak, right?
Yeah.
She had to drop out of Harvard because my grandfather couldn't afford it. So she went to the military to try and pay for her schooling going forward.
Shout out
With
to
all
her.
that being said, my father, when he met my mother, my father's background was he was the second youngest of 7 brothers and sisters. He had largely been, giving my grandmother money ever since he was 11 years old because my grandfather died. Previously, they had owned their own business in Jim Crow, Georgia, in the 50s. They owned a country club.
Yeah.
But he had been splitting his money that he had been using to carry bags around the golf course. He had been giving it to his mother for a long time. When he joined the military, he cut part of his paycheck and gave it to my grandmother. He still does that. So they both were kind of functioning kind of like they were their own self-sufficient people. But my mother specifically was self-sufficient to the point where she used to tell him, I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need that. I largely take care of myself because of this is how my family raised me. This is how my parents raised me. They both came from very large families, right? Where you had to kind of like depend on each other in a sense, but you also had to show your independence because mom and dad couldn't be there to do everything all the time, right? So my mom was not really looking at my dad as far as like a hanger on or needed some sort of,
Okay.
reinforcement financially or anything like that. She largely just is like, look, I enjoy your company. I enjoy you being here,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily need you to take care of the basic things for me. I get that taken care of on my own, right? She had a nicer car than my dad when they met. She had a Benz. He didn't. He had a Cutlass. They were, she was really like her own woman. And she had a bit of a plan for herself for the Air Force, right? She wanted to reach a certain rank. She wanted to work in a certain division. She wanted to do all of these things. And she was just one of those who took it upon herself to say, hey, look, I'm going to get myself here, whether you're here or not. Right. And I think what you see today more than anything, and you don't see this with every single woman. So let's not do that. I don't want to play the generalizing game. But what I do see is I do see a very small, pervasive, influential part, especially when you get on social media. And women talk about exactly what it is that they expect. And a lot of that comes down to money. It comes down to you need to be able to help me with my rent. You need to be able to do this. Look, I'm not your father. Right. I'm not your dad. I'm not anything like that. I truly expect you, if you're an adult, much like me, to be the captain of your own ship and to be able to steer your own boat.
Right.
I am not going to sit here, and I don't think anybody should do that. And I really don't think women should do this for men either. I don't think I should have to sit here and baby you to the degree to make sure your rent is paid, your bills are paid, all those things are in your name. When you signed on for that apartment, You signed your name. When you signed on for your phone bill, you signed your name. As your social on those things. I shouldn't have to then come. Now, if something happens to you, you get hurt, you get injured. I got hurt earlier this year. I got hit by a drunk driver this year. I needed help. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
happens. I broke my leg. I couldn't do anything, right? If something like that happens, absolutely. I'm there for you and I am with you to help you through all of those things. But if you're healthy and you just want to stay at home and just not necessarily siphon my money, but just, siphon off my hard work, off the sweat of my own labor, I don't think that that's fair. I really don't. Like, you're not going to exploit the fact that I'm a hard worker. And for any young woman out there, no man should ever exploit the fact that you're a hard worker either. Because you have women who go to school, who become professionals, and they're sitting there and dudes are saying like, "Oh, babe, when you gonna do this for me? When you gonna like it's nonsense."
But
Tell them
see,
to get up and get a job. You know what I'm saying, and vice versa.
well, see, and thank you for that first and foremost, right? But I like what you said, and I also like how the collector said that he needs somebody that's there to help him. Acts of service, right? Acts of service is important in relationships, right? Terrica on Instagram said most women is not going to ask a guy their love language. Most women is not going to ask a guy their love language because most of the time they don't even know their own love language, right? So when you know your love language, which may be acts of service for the collectors at this season and this time in his life, right? Your people knew what they wanted. And more importantly, you said something that really stuck out to me, which was she had a plan.
Yeah, she had a plan. But look,
just hold on right there. Hold on right there. She had a plan. Most women don't have a plan. They just out here free willing. Most people, let's just wake it up and be honest. Most niggas too, they don't got a plan. They don't have or know what it is that they want to do. So it's very easy for them to get sidetracked from said thing. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. I'm going to land my plane on this right here.
Thank you.
I'm going to land my plane on this right here. Like my parents now, like my mom, she got hit by a car in '98. She broke her leg in 3 places. She couldn't do anything. She was in ICU all the time.
Sorry,
my father took it upon him. It's all good. My father took it upon himself. We lived off one paycheck. My dad took care of my mother for those 3 years.
Yeah.
He was at the hospital every single day. The key thing is just teamwork when you get into a marriage, right? That's the key. Like you can't do anything without teamwork. But my mom was not she never was like a drag down form, right? She before that, they both helped each other, right? Though they function independently, they both helped each other.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to the degree of just picking up somebody's slack because somebody just wants to be lazy or has these outsized expectations, right? There's a fine difference between there. And I land my plane.
No, thank you. Just round of applause for that, right? I appreciate that because that a lot of value added there. Shout out to Lyrical. Shout out to Queen Quay tapping in. Maisha, I'm coming to you, Queen. I want to play 3. And then, Maisha, I'm going to give the floor to you first, and you can go with it where you want to. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to play 3. Check it out. Live on Broadway podcast. We answering the 4 red flags all men notice in women. Tap in with us. Check it out.
Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who's financially solid, but no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM. Number 3, immaturity and uncontrolled emotions. Immaturity, uncontrolled emotions, acting crazy, all of that has been rebranded recently as being toxic. And there are a lot of social media channels out there that actually glamorize being toxic and encourage women to engage in this kind of behavior. When good men get a sense of that behavior, you lashing out, blocking their number, cursing them out, they either just stop taking you seriously from that point forward or they don't tolerate it altogether. Because you're coming across to him more so like a child who's throwing a temper tantrum than you are a woman who wants to be taken seriously as an adult.
Before we get to number 4, men, we notice you doing all this extra stuff. You throwing temper tantrums. It's like, what, I signed up to be with another child? What's happening right now? What am I here for? Am I here to change your diapers, clean up your shit after you fuck up something? No, I'm not here for that. I didn't sign up for that. Maisha, tap in with me, Queen. How you feel about the commentary that's being provided, that's been provided thus far, and add a little bit of your own. Tap in with us, Queen.
Sure. Hello. Thank you for having me. Um, Everything that has been said has been valid. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I think the fourth red flag is that a lot of women aren't men's peace.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
And
whoa, whoa, whoa. Fourth rep. No, you're adding something. No, we're not. All right. So you feel like also in addition, women aren't men peace. Okay, I'm rolling.
no, yeah, in addition, women aren't being the peace for men,
Mm-hmm.
if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
No, hell yeah, that makes
So I
Maisha,
think
it makes a lot of sense. We want peace. I'm sorry, go for it.
yeah, I just wanted to add that piece because I feel like, when a man comes home from work and dealing with all the chaotic and kind of demanding stuff that happens out in the world, the last thing they need is to find a woman who's full of drama. They want peace.
You see that piece is very important, right? Because if I'm out here moving around doing this, trying to provide a source of income, trying to make these moves happen, and I come home and only thing you got is your hand out, like, can I get dinner? Can I get, how was this, babe? Can I get, can I get a foot? Can I get a, babe, what's going on? Just to tap in and see what's going on, because you're supposed to be providing me peace. If you believe in your significant other and you're not just out here playing around, because I get it, if you playing around, then go play around, go do your thing. There's a season for that as well. But this isn't that. So I definitely agree with you, Maisha. Do you have more? Do you have more you want to add?
Nope, I'm quick. I'm short, sweet,
I
to the
like
point.
it.
That's all I wanted to add.
I like it. I'm going to come to you, collectors. Tap in with me, beloved, and then I'm going to throw it back to Clubhouse. Tap in with me, King. How you feel?
Okay, what we building on? We building on the third one, right?
Yeah, we building on the toxicity, the women throwing tantrums and recognizing that as a red flag.
That's, man, it's crazy. It happens. It goes down to the breaking of people's property.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? When females get to doing that, but see, it's crazy because just like they said, it's being every flag they brought up. They said it's being promoted on social media.
That's what Tracy said.
Anybody under the age of, I say, 35. Anybody under the age of 35, they grew up in social media, so that is their reality. It's not ours, Broadway, but anybody that's like under 35, they kind of grew up in social media. So when they're programmed that behavior is being shown on the Real Housewives, you see what I'm saying? That behavior is being promoted through music. I got a favorite song that I love, but I listen to music all the time, and that song that nigga said, you know what I'm saying? If she love it, like it has to be toxic or it's not love. This is what the person said in the music. That's bug.
That's crazy.
Out. Because all that behavior right there, it ain't good. You know what I'm saying? It ain't good. Like, you got to be able to communicate and get to an endpoint without the violence. You see what I'm saying? It's too much domestic violence out here. Too much. Why do you think these girls out here moving like they do? It's too much comfortability with taking your anger out physically on a female, and it's being promoted. So when they talk that toxic stuff, go back and think about what toxic means. It's the same thing as the word savage. I got people that around me might call themselves that. You'll never see me refer to myself as that. You'll never see me wear anything that says that, because it's a deep word. It's just like toxic. The meaning of toxic is some crazy stuff that go on, and what they call it toxic. Oh yeah, and it's being promoted like, nah, it got to be toxic or it's not it.
So, collectors, we getting a little bit of an echo on your side. So I want to push you down and bring you back up so it could clear up, because that normally fixes it. You know, a little technological trick of the trade. So I'm gonna push you. Jump off. Then I'm gonna bring you right back, beloved, so we could get that echo away from the system. All right. So look, how you guys feel? Allison, you've been silent. How you guys feel? We got Justin here. We got Angel. How you guys feel about the toxic part? Right. The number 3, toxicity.
I was just saying, I feel like that's strongly linked to that struggle love mentality
Mm.
a lot of people have, that
Blueface and his girl.
this is what you have to, yeah, this is what you have to go through to prove you deserve to be in a relationship, that you deserve to be loved. It's like, I don't know where people got the idea all of a sudden that love's supposed to be like a fight, like it's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to
Mm.
be an uphill battle all the time. I'm not saying everything's going to be rainbows, because that's a delusion, but it's really not supposed to be a battleground all the time. I think it's linked to that. People just think that's how it's supposed to be.
So struggle love. Stay there for a second. Because Tracy said that on Instagram too, Blueface and his girl, right? Like there's a lot of struggle there, right? All right, so I see struggle love as 2 things, and I don't know how people often refer to it when they do refer to struggle love. I see struggle love as, one, we're going through some hard times. We're struggling. Literally, we're struggling. We having some hard times. We haven't figured out how to get past these hard times, or we are met with hard times, right? Well, no, not we're met with hard times, because I think that's something different. That's a relationship. Shit isn't always up, but when it is, appreciate it for when it is, right? But also, struggle love is also when somebody's in a relationship with someone and you guys haven't quite caught your momentum, and you going through things and you keep arguing, you keep fighting, and you're struggling to have a successful, conducive relationship. So I never know how people refer to struggle love when they refer to it. So please, for the sake of this conversation, because I know we stepped into Pandora's box and collectors gonna try to get us back on topic. But when you refer to struggle love, can you refer to the way that you're meaning it so that I can understand it and perhaps the viewers and listeners alike? So just when you say struggle love, how do you refer to it?
Okay, I'm talking of struggle love in, let me think of how I can explain. Of like the belief that it's like, oh, okay, the best way I can do it is to like use an example. It's like,
Sure.
you'll see somebody post something on Facebook, right? Oh, me and my man or me and my woman just got engaged. We've been together 15 years. And they'll make a post like, she's dealt with me cheating on her 8 times and having 4 kids outside the marriage and losing my job, and it's stuff like that. And you're like, it's almost like like damn, I'm trying to think of the word, like how to verbalize it. It's almost like this was a requirement.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like this was already a requirement to prove that this is finally the person you want to be with. That's what I'm talking about. Like they had to put up with some shit from you. Not we're going through stuff together. That's what I'm trying to say. They had to put up with some shit from you.
Yeah, I mean,
Not we're going through things together. That's what I'm talking about. The
yeah,
struggle
that's
love
what
of
I
people
said.
feeling like, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
what I said
Okay, so
about
yeah,
you.
that's what
You
you said.
guys are going through something, and you guys are trying to catch your momentum, and you haven't quite caught it. And it might be financial. It might be baby mama, baby daddy. It might be jail. It might be parents. It might be siblings. It might be all different types of things. It might be finance. It might be all different type of things. You guys are trying to catch your rhythm, because fact of the matter is relationships go through things. It's about catching your rhythm and making sure you guys are, like a wave, right? You fight to catch that wave, right? You trying to fight it, but when you catch it, oh my. When you catch that wave, boy, cowabunga. You get what I'm saying? But tap in with me.
That struggle love.
What? You saying is that you're asking me or you're telling me?
I'm asking.
That's the I just gave two definitions of how I perceive struggle love. One definition
Okay.
is when you're financially going through something and you're struggling, right? The other definition is when you're damn, I hate when you guys make me repeat myself because it's hard for me to remember my last
No,
thought.
no. I heard what you said, but
Okay.
it was basically like I see it totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I see, there's a difference between struggle love and just dealing with bullshit, in my opinion. And or I should say the total opposite, like enduring and going through a relationship, trials and tribulations and being with your partner, and then the struggle love where you are purposely you see the red flags and you think it's a circus, that type of thing, where exactly, the person's cheating, but you just continuously keep yourself in that situation knowing it is not for you. That's to me is struggle love, and you're just
Yes.
dealing with it over and over and over again, knowing that you should get out, but you don't see yourself out of it. It's a struggle, and it's a very toxic situation.
What about
And that
no, I'm sorry, Allison. Finish your thought because I'm cutting you off.
no, but and that to me is what that just is not acceptable, and we have to stop that narrative. That it's okay to struggle that way, because that type of love, it just leads to you feeling like you cannot do any better than you have.
Okay,
And I was
so
gonna say,
so,
Broadway, yeah.
let me just get
Oh,
this
go
thought out really quickly, just so. What about if you're not where you want to be in your life, right? And the reason why I'm asking that is not you particular, but just in relationships. Sometimes because I see King wrote on Instagram, men be she said men be she said the men don't be fighting for their bitch though through issues, through no issues, right? So my thing is, what does that mean? So what she's saying is that men give up easy. My thing is, it's not about giving up easy. It's about, well, are you reciprocating? Do I feel like if the roles were reversed, that you would stay down till you came up? I mean, if the roles were reversed, would you stay here? And a lot of men don't be feeling like if the roles were reversed, you gonna stay there. So why should I? Why should I? Why should I?
yeah, you're right about
Why should I keep myself in a situation where it's been proven already that if the roles were reversed, you wouldn't stay down because of whatever reason, right? Be it small, be it large, but stop expecting things from people that you aren't willing to deliver yourself, that you aren't willing to demand of yourself, right? So I think, and I'm not saying that that's a blanket statement. I'm just saying that that's a rationale, King, because I see what you said, King, right? Struggle, love, dealing with bullshit, same difference. So I'm wondering, am I making up the definition for struggle, love, or do you guys understand what I'm saying? Tap in with us. Let me go to Jess. I think Jess was coming off her mic right before. Or Allison, whichever one.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, when you had explained your definition of struggle love, I understood it. But I was saying it was an emphasis for me and my definition on they never hit that stride. It's literally just always the
Right.
hard parts. They never get
They
to
never
like
hit that
like
stride.
exactly like Blueface and Krishan. They keep posting about them getting in like physical fights with each other. Like what is that?
So
Is it,
I
are
know
they gonna go
exactly
to
what that is.
counseling? You know what I'm
I
saying?
know exactly what
You know,
that is. What that is Blueface and his lady, and we're gonna get back on topic, collector. Sorry, guys, and viewership. What that is sometimes in relationships, you start doing things that's unhealthy and you keep doing them. You do them once or twice, and then it becomes a habit. So every time Blueface and what's her name?
Krishan.
Krishan, I don't want to keep saying his girl. Every time Blueface and Krishan gets into something, they do what they've been doing, which is the force of habit, which is they run the social media or when you see people cheat, it's because they've been cheating, right? So, but this is what they used to do when they get into shit. So it's a force of habit. They just run back to the habits that these habits ain't new. You just run into the doing the thing that you were doing at some point in time. So Blueface and Krishan, I hope I'm saying her name right, they're running into the creatures of habit. So they did something They ran to social media. They post about it. Look, everybody, this happened. But you know what happens? At some point, it becomes the boy that cried wolf. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, but she's gonna find herself in a crazy situation, and he's gonna find himself in a crazy situation, and she's gonna find herself in a crazier one because it may lead to something fatal. But we're not talking about that. Back to the topic. I'm gonna play four. The fourth thing, and we're going to start wrapping up this podcast. Live on Broadway podcast. Check it out. I'm going to play 1 through 4 all the way through so you guys can know what you're responding to. Check it out.
Or probably the most. All right, ladies, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but here are 4 major red flags that all men notice in women. Let's go. Number 1, non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to come off desperate, but no man wants to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return. Number 2, unrealistic financial expectations. Somewhere in the modern dating market, we have communicated to women that it is totally acceptable to expect a man to pay for their hair or their nails for a first date, or to even go as far as to ask a man they barely even know to help them with their bills. Feeling entitled to lavish treatment or financial assistance from a man that you barely even know that's still trying to get to know you is an extremely unrealistic expectation. And social media has done a really bad job of making modern women think that that behavior is normal. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who's financially solid, but no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM. Number 3, immaturity and uncontrolled emotions. Immaturity, uncontrolled emotions, acting crazy, all of that has been rebranded recently as being toxic. And there are a lot of social media channels out there that actually glamorize being toxic and encourage women to engage in this kind of behavior. When good men get a sense of that behavior, you lashing out, blocking their number, cursing them out, they either just stop taking you seriously from that point forward, or they don't tolerate it altogether. Because you're coming across to him more so like a child who's throwing a temper tantrum than you are a woman who wants to be taken seriously as an adult. Number 4, probably the most controversial one of all, being too masculine. A lot of women will shy away from being feminine now because of the negative connotation that's associated with that in modern society. Whether you
Before we continue on, I hope y'all heard that. Being too masculine.
A woman who wants to be taken seriously as an adult. Number 4, probably the most controversial one of all, being too masculine. A lot of women will shy away from being feminine now because of the negative connotation that's associated with that in modern society. Whether you like it or not, the reality is that men like feminine women. Now, this is the part in the story where a lot of women will say, well, it takes the right man to bring out that feminine energy. Although I do think that there are some points of that are true, overall, I don't really agree with that. I think that as a woman, you either embrace your feminine energy and you walk in that, or you just don't. Haven't tapped into it. There are so many women in the modern dating market who have hardened themselves to steal because of the negative experiences that they've had with men. Blocking your feminine energy is often a defense mechanism for a lot of women so that they don't get hurt in the future. But don't let the experiences of the past turn you bitter. The reality is, ladies, that there are 2 sides to every coin. And if we're going to talk about the bad traits of men, we also have to acknowledge and take accountability for the bad traits we have in ourselves.
I mean, if we talking about accountability, right? Like, I think there's a lot of women that, and not all, I think there's a lot of women that exude that masculine. Everybody hit that like button, hit that link up top, and hit that like button on YouTube, please. We are streaming live on YouTube. I think there's a lot of women that see things a certain way, and I get it. You had a hard life. You had a hard thing. You know, you had trials and tribulations, you know, but I reply, aren't we all? Haven't we all? It's like a bill. Everybody has them. You get what I'm saying? So tap in with us. Let me know how you guys feel in regards to the topic, man. Women that sit and rest in their masculine energy. And then that is so interesting because to dovetail that with the number 5, the 5th one that I'm gonna get to. But how you feel about that, collectors? Tap in, King.
What's up, boy? I can't rock with it. I'm not calling.
You don't like masculine men? I mean, masculine women?
Nah. I'm not calling my girl bro. It's crazy out here right now. I don't watch motherfuckers be. Who you said? Oh, talking about you calling him bro? She's a girl. I like women like Shorty said.
Wake it
I
up.
like women. I don't like no, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't got to be running from a housefly, but I like women, all that masculinity, all that thinking. Nah, I mean, you a woman. I'm a man. I'm just not a fan of the over masculinity, but I think that comes from uh, what what's going on out here too, and what's being promoted. Because you got to think about what's being promoted. They promote in the media, and they say, and it's the truth right now. Listen, if I'm bringing that home, you better chill. And then if you got somebody, if she got a dude around who's, you know what I'm saying, got to chill, what does that look like? It look like she has masculine energy because he got to bow down every time because she the one running it.
Right.
That it comes from that, and that's promoted in our culture. You know, I'm gonna always go back to what's promoted in the culture.
Absolutely, as
but
you
me,
should.
I'm not. You know what I mean? Nah, I like a feminine woman. Like I said, you ain't got to be running from the housefly, but all that extra masculine stuff, nah.
Wow. Greetings and salutations to you, King. I appreciate you being up here. What's your name? All right, and how you feel about the toxic? Because we talking about 4 red flags that all men notice in women. Do you notice any of these red flags? The last one that we're speaking. Yes, tap in with me then.
Yeah, well, we'll go to the last one that's what we were speaking on. The last one alludes to the others. That's why, I recommend that you got your eye on. And reason why I say this is the first one being the reciprocal energy, right? Then the money, right, aspect, emotional, being too emotional, and then being too masculine. The masculinity is something that's not just an accident. This has been planned for it to be this way. It's been a whole lot of stuff all the way back to when the federal government began to take the woman under its wing and side with the woman, especially our women, right? When they would allow them certain accesses to benefit as long as that man was not in the picture. You gotta, if the man is in the picture, you gotta put some papers out on him, that kind of thing. Okay, so all these things are meant to empower them to a degree
to become masculine,
not in any special sense, but over top of the man, the black man.
Right. But hold on, wait, hold on 1 second. Let me give you a little bit of resistance there, right? Because you are who you are, right? Just how the video suggested, there's a lot of women that just haven't tapped into their femininity because they just haven't. That's just not who they are, right? They just can't tap into it because I'm a man and I don't know what it's like to tap into feminine energy. If I'm emotional, that don't mean that I'm tapping into feminine energy. It just means that I'm a man and I feel some sort of way as well. If a woman starts to take up for herself, doesn't mean that she's being masculine. Just means that she don't want to be stepped all over. You know what I mean? So on the side to it, where removing the government aspect to it, which I understand and which is making a lot of sense because we all know that in this world, in the US of America, there's certain things that's been women have been rewarded and programmed to have certain things given to them if the man isn't there, right? So let's just wake that all the way up. I totally agree with that. You know what I mean? But I don't want to cut your wisdom, King. Continue on for a moment before you yield your mic to the rest of the room.
Right. Being that the man has been emasculated in society right now all the way down to the clothes, to wearing the pants off the butt, to the tight, to everybody going to the tight clothes. You know, and a lot of the men being out of the home who have children because there's been a war on putting us in prisons and this kind of thing. You got a lot of women starting to, everything's pushing toward girl power, black girl magic. You know, all these types of things is enforcing a homosexual agenda. It's also forcing, reinforcing a agenda of the breakdown of the nuclear family. And for one thing, I can tell you myself personally, I spent some time, this is personal stuff. I spent some time away from my wife while she was caring for her grandparents because they were in bad health. They were in a different city. I was here where I am with my mother. We had to go through some things because by me not being there, being in contact and going and visiting, right? She's over everything that she got going on. I send some money. You know, I talk to my children on the phone, but I'm not there all the time. I'm sort of like an absent parent.
Okay, look.
Right?
I hear you.
And then she actually became more masculine, and we had to address that. And she recognized it herself. You know, so when she started taking on certain roles that the man has historically taken, then her mentality becomes in a different place. Now, it's not saying all women, but I know personally that this is the kind of situation. So when you start to take on certain roles, you got to put your foot down. You got to boss up because you don't have nobody backing you up. All you got is you and these children in these streets.
Well, see, King, and that's where you see. Okay, so here's the thing, right? How did the women? How did the women get to feeling as though they had to do that, though, right? So that's rhetorical, right? Because for whatever reason or another, hindsight is 2020. I don't like to cry over spilled milk and keep talking about what happened in the past because it's about what's happening in the present. How did the women get to feel as though they got to go scream girl power, scream empowering women, so forth and so on? How did that get there? It got that way because for whatever reason or another, we wasn't rising to the occasion to some extent. Even though there was an agenda that was happening, after noticing and recognizing the agenda, what did we do next? As men, and I'm not speaking for myself, but I'm speaking as a whole, I'm an 80s baby. So I lived through the crack era, right? I lived through the era of being a single black American dad story, right? Where the men wasn't in the household, right? So we can't keep resting on the laurels of yesterday and start recognizing what can we do today. Today, in these years, the kids that was born in the 80s, I don't really feel like there's very few and far in between that I know of, at least. So maybe I'm speaking about my bubble of the men that don't stand, that aren't noble men that leave their families. I don't really know them. Men that don't. Maybe there's a tug of war on how to raise the kid. Maybe there's a conflict of interest there. But as far as the men that want to be in the woman's life, that wants to be in a child's life, I don't really feel like I know too many men, if any, as a 42-year-old next month, that don't want to be in a child's life, right? But let me continue on. Mm. So the other thing that was interesting to what you said, I wrote down, which is you said the agenda, the tight clothes, so forth and so on. But what I asked you, what I like to pose to everybody is that a them thing or is that a you thing, an us thing, where we grow a little bit older and we become detached from what the sign of the times are, because things change in life, right? Bell bottoms was a thing, then it faded out. right? Tight clothes is a thing, then it fades out, then it became baggy clothes, then that fades out, and then it becomes, the asymmetrical haircuts for ladies, and then that fades out. It becomes the Gumbies, and then that fades out, and then it becomes all these different things, and the parents, because they're older, they don't quite get the new dance moves and the TikToks that go like this and all this other stuff. We don't get it because we're older. So why not allow a little bit of grace for children and those that came before us, and the women that were, and the women and men that didn't know or wasn't aware of certain set agendas, and just let things be or acknowledge them? Or rather, if you can't provide a source of how to fix it, why keep highlighting the problem? I'm going to yield to final thoughts. Because inside of final thoughts, I'm going to also give the fifth one, which I feel should be 5.
Right.
I'm going to start with myself. I normally make myself last. Today, I'm going to start with myself. I feel as though one of the things that, hold on, this thing isn't thinking. Okay, cool. I feel like one of the red flags that men should start to notice, or people should start to notice, men and women alike should start to notice, is deflecting. Deflection. What does deflection looks like? When your man or your woman is having a conversation about something and they're asking you something, answer the question. Don't, babe, why you left out the Parmesan cheese? I left it out because you left up the seat. The fuck? No, let's deal with one thing at a time. Too many women, in my opinion, I'm a man, so I'm coming from that angle, but I'm sure men do it as well, ladies, right? I offer grace there. Too many people are in relationships and they get into a pattern of deflecting. Let's just deal with one thing at a time. If I'm asking you something, answer what I'm asking you and deal with that. Don't bring up what I did and because I did that. That's a red flag. And too many times in these relationships, people don't deal with don't stand in front of what's being asked. So the problem never gets solved because too many people are sitting out here dancing around the questions and deflecting and calling it all these different other things and getting upset and starting arguments. Just deal with what we're talking about. If I bring to you, if I say, hey, Allison, you my woman, Allison, and I say, yo, Allison, why you wore the bunny ears? Don't tell why you out here with your chest out. Don't tell me because I was out here doing something with my legs out because I wore hoochie daddy shorts. I'm dumbing it down to make it plain. But we all know and been in those situations where it's zero is a zero amount of conducivity to the relationship. Zero. Let's deal with one thing at a time and we'll be better as an item. That's my fifth one. Final thoughts on Broadway first. I feel like, I forget, I don't know if it was Terrica or Tracy. Somebody said it earlier, but it's about having an understanding. Well, I'm about to say it in my way. Having an understanding is very important to anything, but especially a relationship. Because and shout out to my man, my man Mendisi for his shout out his birthday. I just was out of town celebrating his birthday. But one of the things that I said to him was, it's about having an understanding, and this is applicable to right now, right? Because easy off that situation. I think if a man and a woman is together and I'm staying out at all types of time of night, if me and my woman got an understanding on that, there shouldn't be any issue with that because we have an understanding. People don't have understandings in their relationships and they move around in the spaces wondering why it's not working because they don't have an understanding. Have an understanding. Men and women, these red flags that we're speaking on is us gaining the understanding of what they are and what the young lady was able to provide us with so that we can give commentary to. We don't have an understanding in relationships, even in friendships. We don't have an understanding. Is when we gain that understanding for who we are, what's expected of us in these said relationships is when we're able to navigate tumultuous waters and in terrain that's ahead of any relationship, friendship alike. So having the understanding, I just hope that everybody that's within the sound of my voice, regardless if it's large or small, have an understanding with your significant other. I yield my mic to to Clubhouse first, and I'll end with Instagram. Tap in with us. Allison, Fabian, Quaisha, in that order.
So, this is a really, really good conversation. Thank you, Broadway. I think men and women alike can learn from it. Um, my final thought is that when you are secure within yourself and you are able to find some semblance of peace, then you will definitely attract the person that is there for you. If you operate in the space of chaos, then you will never be able to give the person that you are with peace.
Yes, indeed.
Go for it, Fabe.
I really wish I had more, but Allison hit the nail on the head, and I don't even want to mess up whatever she said because it was everything that I was going to say. So kudos to you, Allison. I'm with you all the way.
I just followed you too, Fabian. Hey, listen, I love it. I love it. I love it. When you got when saying less is saying more. Queen Quay, tap in with me.
I wasn't here. I just jumped back in.
Okay. Well enough. I yield to you, beloved. How do you feel? What's your final thoughts on the conversation that we're having?
Myself.
Hello? Your service is a little nervous.
You talking about me?
Yes. Instagram, yep.
Okay, that's great. Okay. I agree with the young lady that spoke earlier about finding your own peace. Let's deal with self. But one of the things here are some points that people are missing with relationships. They're missing honesty, accountability, responsibility. And I had another one, y'all.
My bag. You cooking though?
Speaking on those right there, we have become people who don't know who we are, and we're looking outside of ourselves, judging who we are by what we see on TV, on these social platforms, and things like that. And we have great expectations for other people, but not for ourselves. And the last one that I wanted to say that brought me to is acceptance. Because if you get with somebody and you expect to be with that person for their life, you want them to accept you. You have flaws. This person is going to change.
Let's go.
This person is looking for somebody, or you should be looking for somebody and being somebody that will be accepting of the flaws that a person has and being able to aid and assist them to get to a better place within themselves and not just cut them off because they fucked up today.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. I don't know what kind of, what the language does here, but, we're quick to throw people away. It's a microwave society. If it don't look like today in a week, you done. I've been, we want to get married all of a sudden, do. I'm going to hook up with you. We want to have sex all of a sudden. Bam, all of a sudden. Everything is all of a sudden. And then if it don't look like it did yesterday, you're upset. But we got to realize people change. They evolve. And then you grow together. If you're honest with each other and you're accountable to each other and you're responsible. A man who takes a woman is responsible for this woman. This is historically how it was. But we've forgotten that. We're looking for something. What can I get from you?
You know what? No, wait. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this, right? Let me, because you tapped on something, right? And I was recently having this conversation with someone. when a man marries a woman, she's married into his family. Hence the reason why she takes his last name, right? But what also is there and prevalent is she's given away by whom? A woman is given away by whom?
Her father.
Why do you think that is? And wait. And who is she giving away to?
Another man.
But what is the man though? What is the man that she's giving away to?
Her husband.
No, he's not her husband yet. At the wedding, what is he?
The groom.
The girl.
He's the groom. He's the groom.
That's I like that.
He's the groom. A woman should never be without the protection and grooming of a. Y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? A woman should never be without the protection or under the protection of a man. Hence the reason why she's walking down the aisle and she's being given away from one man, which is her father, traditionally, and given to another man.